Hey everybody, Scroft here. Welcome back to Saxlingham. Finally back on this. It feels like it's been some serious time since I've been on FS25. Yeah, I've been doing a lot of FS22 stuff with the Farman, but then because I was doing the mods video for FS25, in fact, I was on FS25, I just wasn't playing, it was like showing off mods. I kind of didn't record any Saxlingham videos last week. So it's nice to be back on, and with, this is like the proper starting point now for the new farm. We're in December day 3, and day 2 was the last episode, so we're still in the winter months. It's freezing. You can see there's a bit of snow, even though it doesn't say there's snow. It's just like leftover snow, I think. I don't know, but we've got something going on. And yeah, we're going to pretty much just fly straight into it. I've got a few jobs I want to do, pretty much just out on the fields. I know it's winter, but we're going to try and mulch up some maize because it's, in a bad state. We've got left a field, a good size field as well, in some bad condition that, basically withered maize. So what a waste that was. We're going to mulch that up. I'm also going to use some helpers and get them out in the field doing a bit of lime spreading. And, I've got a few things to talk about that I've upgraded and placed down. Now, let's first talk about a couple of comments that I got because it kind of leads into this perfectly. And I really do appreciate all the advice I get from people. Putting comments in of tips and everything. I'm always going to read that. And yeah, I know I normally kind of read through comments and then at some point in the week, I'll just go and reply to a lot of videos, like maybe 3 or 4 videos. So even if I haven't replied till like a few days after, trust me, I read them as they come through most of the time. Just get a quick notification on my phone and I read them. So 2 comments stood out to me, and they were both suggestions. And the first one was to do with basically like the way I did my loan. Now, if you remember back, to get all this plot of land and all the sheds and everything, we did quite well, but I had to get like £1 million loan. It was a lot of money. And I think it was like 1.1 million. And Taco Master 3211, I've done it right this time. I've got the people's names. I've got your names that have placed these comments down. Basically said, instead of having one loan that's 1 million, you should have broke it up into like shorter, like smaller portions of the loan, because it basically means that you can pay it off in sections and then keep reducing your monthly repayments. Because my monthly repayment for that £1 million loan was about, like, bloody, I think it was, like $6.5 grand. So if I broke it up and then paid like $250 off, I could bring that down. So I decided to do that. So let me talk about what I've done. I know it looks a bit crazy, but each one of these is the same term, same interest rate, but they're all now 250,000. You can see my total loan is 1.25 million. So it's gone up, and there's a reason for that. But 2 things, and we got it broke up now into like these 1,400 repayments. So we're going to pay off one. Then at least when that's done, we're down 1,400 each month. And I thought that was such a good idea. It means that I can actually chip away at it and not have to pay like 6.5 on the original loan until I've paid the whole of it off, like the million. Because even if I pay like bits to it and shorten the amount that I owe, I've still got to pay that every month. So I thought that was a really good idea. I then got another comment from, I'm going to try and pronounce this right. I hope I pronounce it. I think it's pronounced Mersman 6736. I think that's how you pronounce it. If I'm reading that wrong, I apologize. But basically said that there's a mod on Mod Hub, which is an English home with full interior. And I thought that was pretty cool. And I checked it out, and it's actually by Omatana. Now, it's £50,000 to place down, and I've placed it down. So we've now got our own home, which is a lot better. And I've just placed it in here. It's not pretty currently. In fact, though, I do like it being situated in the middle of this kind of woodland. And it's now, almost like below the height. It's, it's built into the land, isn't it? I do like that, but it needs tidying up. We need to obviously get some kind of grass down and everything. So I haven't done any of the texture. I think I'm going to figure it out first, like do I want to remove some trees out, but I kind of like it in the woodland place. But we've got a house so we can sleep. It's a nice British one. It does the job. We've got a fire going in here. Do you know what? I'd love a house like this, just a small cottage, if I was like small family, it's a bit difficult with a family. I have got a kids room though, so yeah. The options there. But no, I like it. It's a nice house. I think it's got something like the British home. So if you want it on Mod Hub, just go search by Omatana. But I did that as well. So I needed the extra cash because I wanted to buy that. That's 50,000 is a lot of money. So I had to get that sorted. I also bought a front weight. So I've actually purchased that there. You can see this John Deere front weight. I thought it was pretty nice for the big 6R. And I leased out a mulcher that I'm going to be using and decided to go with this one because I thought it's a nice change. And the last purchase I made was this lime silo because I don't want to buy loads of big bags and have the problem of keep filling up and everything. We may as well get a lime silo and pay to fill it up. So that's what I did. I put 60,000 litres in here. It cost me about 15,000 to do that. So the money came in handy for that. And then obviously this cost a bit of money as well. So we're sitting at 180, which I think is pretty good. You know, we have taken a bit extra out on the loans, but at least we're sitting at 180. So this is ready to go. What I want to do is use a bit of course play. I'm also going to use auto drive so it refills itself if needed. I don't know if it will, but it might do. We'll get a good idea now. It doesn't look like it needs much on here, to be honest. It says that it's actually okay. So we'll do it anyway because I want to get it all sorted. If we go to the Precision Farm, you can see that it's all ready to go. We've got the soil types in, we've done the scanning, and then we've got my 2 grass fields down here that are actually going to be for like chopping grass, making bale, silage, anything. And then we've got the 2 shaped ones here. We've got these 2, 23 and 24, that are going to be for pastures in the summertime and springtime and so on. So what I want to do in this episode is I want to get the worker to do the pH in 18, 17, 28, and also field 20. So I'm hoping that I've set this up properly. So let's bring up course play first off. And we'll also bring up auto drive. Now, I feel like I've set this up right because I've just got it to load from this field, which is field 18, and then lime refill, which is the one I've just set up. And it's obviously going to be lime. So now what I need to do is just go to this. We'll set up 3 headlands. Shouldn't be an issue at all. Do we want to do an overlap? I do, because I don't want to miss bits. So I'm going to do quite a big overlap there. There we go. That looks good to me. And get back out of it. We need to set it to first waypoint, which is where we are. I want to click the course play button, and we want it to crack on. I'm also going to put the time on times... Yeah, let's go times 6 to make it a little bit more interesting. And there we go. We're now putting lime down it. You can't even tell the difference, can you really? Just about tell it. So it'd be nice to get the sunlight a bit more. You can see it because we're in December at 9 AM. The sun's still coming up. So whilst it does that, and it's applying that thin, very thin layer of lime, it's going to be like that on all of them. So that's not too bad at all. But I want to get them perfect this time around. The next harvest is massive for us. It's going to make us a lot of money. We're going to be using this setup. We're going to drive out to this maize field and crack on with it. Like I said, I didn't want this episode to be something crazy. I've literally not been home from work long, and I just thought, you know what, let's just jump on FS, make up for the fact I didn't do an episode last week, and let's get some stuff sorted out in these big fields that we bought. Because I want to talk about the DLC as well, because I'm not actually sure what I'm going to be doing with the DLC. But I think I might actually jump over from Saxlingham to the DLC and do a good series on it, because I'm really excited for it. I am quite excited. Let's go 3. I'm just trying to think. I actually think 2 will be fine. I've just lowered the weight down, which is not what I wanted to do. There we go. There we go. Now we're set up to go. Yeah, so talking about the DLC, we're 2 weeks away, less than 2 weeks now. And I can't wait. I actually can't wait. I've got some information on it, a bit of information. If you know, you know. That's all I'm going to say. And there's some cool stuff in it that makes me want to play it. It's not just fishing. It's not just, the way it looks, the setting. There's a few cool things in there that make me think it might be a good idea to kind of do. Almost like a start from scratch. That's all I'll say. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it dropping on the 4th, and I might get it a couple days earlier, so I might be able to start making content. I don't know if I'll get it a couple days earlier and then the content has to come out on the same day. Going off like the way 25 dropped, I got the game a bit early, and then I could release content a few days early. I think it was like 3 days before launch or something like that, if I remember. So I might do the same. And then thinking of just properly focusing on that and doing a series. Because I'm properly excited for it. Really am excited for it. Just, it's nice to see a Giants logo. It's got the Giants stamp on it, but it's a UK style map. And I do like the fact they've gone to Scotland. I actually think that was the perfect choice, because for Irish players and English players, it's kind of like we're meeting in the middle, aren't we? Let's go and try Scotland. And same for the Welsh players, I think I think it was a good choice, because it's a nice area. It's got some, picturesque landscapes, and still got the kind of British vibe to it in a way, with their own little, taster to that. But it's going to be good. Definitely going to be good. I mean, it's such a shame that I'm driving through this maize field, and it's massive. I've got the 7 meters. This mulcher. I could have gone with a 12 meters one, and it was the horse. But I actually just thought, no, I'll try this out, because, like, realistically, it looks more like a weeder, that horse one does. And I think, like, you wouldn't be pulling out maize, big withered maize crop, like with something that just basically looks like a weeder or a harrow. So I thought it'd be better to get one that looks like it would properly mulch it, almost like a topper. And yeah, it's just made me realise how big this field is, and I've got 3 like it, and then field 8, just on the side. So we've got a lot of farming to do. This one's 22.9, 27, so that's much bigger, and 25. So in fact, it's the smallest of the 3, and it already looks massive. So we're super challenge. We're setting a challenge here. We're going to have to be using a bit of AI, aren't we? And carrying on like that, getting a bit of helping hand, because bloody hell, this is not going to be easy. Anyway, I think it's time. Stick on a time lapse, get my audiobook on, and let's sort this field out in the freezing -3 temperature.
I've been riding hard toward the borderline. I am a wanted man. From San Antonio across the Eagle Pass, down to the Rio Grande. Old Black River, you stand in front of me on a moonlit night. If I don't get across, they'll hang me up high. I may be guilty, but I'm not ready to die.
For 3 days now I've been running for my life, passing right on my tail. This morning ran my horse into the ground back there along the trail. And it was nightfall when I fell upon the bank along the riverside. No Black River so deep and so wide, and I know my freedom lies on the other side. If I could go back to yesterday, but I found them together in a rage I took their lives.
Bloody hellfire. I'm filling it up because, yeah, full tank of fuel really went on that one. I was probably, let me just have a look at this. I've been recording for an hour and a half, and I was only, yeah, the first part of it must have only been about maybe 15 minutes or less. So, yeah, you're talking an hour and 15 minutes to do that field, to mulch it all. So I'm going to put that time lapse on a pretty fast speed so you see the start of it. But bloody hell, that took a long time. It makes me realise if that's the smallest field out of the three, we've got some serious work to do. Serious work. Yeah, God knows. Anyway, the JCB, the fast track's out and about. He's carrying on. He's done a really good job with the amount of lime we've got because we're not putting that much down. So he's actually only gone and refilled once, and he did that because he needed fuel. So on his way to fill up for fuel, which he'll do on his own, he basically took the path across the farm here, saw basically went through the silo for the lime. So he thought, oh, I'll fill up because I'm in the trigger, which I think is just pretty clever. And then he went to fill up fuel, went back into field 18 and finished that off. Now, I tried to set him going on field 17. The problem was, even though it does require a bit of lime, you can see like it needs about the same as this and about the same as that. The problem I was having, if we just do this and then visit, it's already got a lime texture on. So because it's basically had lime, it's unfortunately the way the field spawned when we bought it. You can't reapply until like something happens. So you need something to change on this field. So yeah, it's probably going to be something. Well, to be honest, I look at it, it says it's okay anyway. It's not like bad. This one's obviously good now. It's not perfect though, which is weird because you'd want it to be probably perfect. This one is still perfect, so that's fine. I wonder why it's not gone up to perfect on this. It's just stayed at good. I know I've got super speed on, but I just really want to find out what's going on here. Yeah, and that one as well is on good. So maybe it's because it's just not... Am I on automatic application? I mean, you'd hope so. Can't see it saying auto anywhere. Normally it says auto, but it is adjusting. It is adjusting. So it's saying it's putting it to from 6.125 to 6.25, wouldn't it? So let's just see if that's what's happened here. Yeah, 6.25, but it needs to be 6.5, so I wonder why it's not actually applying that much. Let's see if we cancel it and just check that it is on automatic. Okay, so now it's on automatic. So I think the whole time the reason it didn't do it is because I didn't set it to automatic. And if that is the case, I'm a bloody plonker. But we all knew that anyway, so... Oh, God, faffing about. Let's go to the nearest waypoint and carry on from here. Yeah, you can see, look, he's applying more now because it's on auto. So basically, this field isn't perfect, but it's good enough. You can see where it needed to be. And that one's good. We don't need to worry about that. This one, unfortunately, I've just done a good chunk of it where it needed more. That one's the same. This one I can do perfectly, and I will do the 2 grass fields as well. And then I'll probably mulch in the grass and, yeah, might reseed it or something just to get it all perfect. But, yeah, that's it for today in this one. I am going to... No, this is full, though. I am going to do one more thing. I'm going to set the worker going. And as I go and have my tea, I'm going to let him do this field over here. Get this mulched as well. And then we can, yeah, figure out crops and all that good stuff and when we're planting it and so on. So, no complaints. Nice job for it to do whilst I'm faffing about. We don't want that. What we do want, though, is we're going to use... We'll use this AI worker for this one. Let's go to 2. No, let's go 3 because I found that I really did... Yeah, it was much better when it had a bit of helping on there. So set that going. It shouldn't be blocked. And hopefully he'll start mulching away. Let's just keep an eye on it. Oh, no, he's going backwards. What are you doing? Come on, stop faffing. There we go. There we go. So that's, yeah, so that can carry on, get that sorted out. I do want to talk about this as well around the back here. I never mentioned this. In the last episode, I talked about the fact I had 2. One over there that had these 2 in, and I had one right on the edge over here that had this and the middle one in. But I wanted to get one that had all 3 in. Now, luckily, I've been able to sort that out. So by putting it round the back side and flattening a bit of this area out, we've got a muck. Yes, we've got a manure heap down here that can basically connects to all 3. I'm also looking out for some different sheds. As good as these are, they are calf sheds, and I made a mistake. I thought it doesn't state. I didn't read that in game. I read it on Mod Hub when I was going through some options just to see if I could get a replacement. And as good as this is, I do quite like it. It is made for calves, and whilst we got calves in now, it's fine. When we start getting like 25 or 24, should I say, like there is there, when they start getting older, this is going to be a problem. Yeah, also the straw plane looks a bit dodgy. It really does. So I'm going to swap these out for 3 proper beef sheds that look like they can actually hold the 24 that I want to put in each one. So I'm on the hunt for that. I'm looking for some. I've got some options from L&B. I've got one that's really good, but the problem is it's just too big to have 3 of them. And yeah, basically need to keep an eye out, don't I, for some good options. Let me see which one. Let me show you the one from... I mean, that's not a bad one. It's very small as well. But they can go outdoor a bit, but it was just too small for me. And then this one, even though I can hold 40 in, this is the one I think I should have probably gone for. It kind of matches the L&B as well. And I could have fit 3 of them in with these, but there's actually a lot more space for the cows to roam about in. So we could always go for this and just put 3 of them, like... and get rid of that. In fact, we'll make a bit of money by selling them back as well, so that'd be good. There's a UK cattle shed here with 35, but again, they are quite large, but it's got some good size storage to the side of it. So that's, yeah, a lot of storage. More storage than we need, especially if we're putting 3 down. And then we've got these again now, and then we've also got this, which is the other beef shed, which is so much. I mean, it's massive, and again, it's got a lot of storage space. So I'm not also keen on that one, and the rest are just getting too expensive now. There is one. This one. This is brand new by L&B Modern. It's literally just come out the other day. Well, yesterday, in fact, from when I'm recording this, and you can see it's a dairy one. And I really like the look of it. They've done such a good job here. Got plenty of storage space. You've got your beds and everything. You've got a section in the centre where the cows can kind of roam about. But it actually leads to a parlour area. So something we don't often see, which is a bit of a parlour. I'm just going to try and show it you, but I can't place this down, obviously. Yeah, it's like a basic parlour. So pretty cool, though. So if you want that, it'll be on L&B's itch page, Living on a Prayer's itch page. So, yeah. Looks like he's going to fill back up, so that's pretty cool. We can see how this works. Yeah, L&B's itch page. I'll put a link in the video description because it's a bit confusing, because even though there's 2 people involved, both are in my Discord, both are kind of like new to modding, and you can see by the sheds that I'm looking at, like this is all L&B stuff. They do such a good job. But basically, it's 2 people. One's called Living on a Player. That's the L in L&B, and then there's Black Ice, which is the B in L&B. Now, Black Ice does all the modelling. Living on a Player does all the XML work and basically getting the mod to work. So all the other bits and bobs that are needed and vital, that's on that side, so like the coding side, and then you've got the modelling side. So they work together, which I think is excellent because they kind of rely on each other. One doesn't do modelling, so he needs someone to do it, and the other guy doesn't do the coding side. So, yeah, it's nice to see some teamwork like that. But I love it. I love the work they've gone. You know, I'm proper impressed by it all. I've got their bunker here. I've got the storage point there for bales, the object storage. I've got 2 of these sheds. I've shown you that one then. Well, 2. In fact, I showed you 2 beef stock ones they've done and a dairy one. There's a lot. There's a lot on offer. And I hope it carries on. They've done a cracking job. Really have. So let's just wait out. I want to show you this in the, you know, I want to show you this working. How he's actually just gone to fill up himself with auto drive. I can see him in the distance. He's finally here. I think he's got to go the long way around the field to get back on the route. But here he is. So he should, if I've done this right, because I've seen him fill up. I know he's filled up. I've not watched him do it, but I don't know if I took the turn wide enough, so he might clip a little bit, but he'll still get through it because he's already done that. But actually, I don't think it came from this angle. It would have gone straight across the field, so no, this is a different corner to it, so I'm hoping this one works. I mean, he looks like he's going wide enough there, I think. Looks all right, doesn't it? Cutting across a little bit, but then again, you want it to get under, so now it should be filling up. And there you go, it is, so happy days. And then he'll go straight back out to the field, carry on from where he last was. I mean, you can't complain at it. When you use Courseplay and Auto Drive combined like that, it's brilliant because he'll go fuel up himself. It's like having a proper worker on the farm. He'll go and fill up. He'll, you know, put fuel in if needed. I mean, if he goes through this trigger now and needs fuel, he should put some in. And he'll probably drive through the silo, head back out this way. And I think he'll probably turn left because the entrance over there is how it's set up. So, yeah, but not bad at all, is it? Plenty left to do, though. But I can't wait to get these 4 fields all harvesting. They're all planted and get ready to do the harvest. I am thinking oats. I think if I did 4 massive field of oats, it would pay off. We get a lot of bales. We get a lot of money. It would pay off. It's a lot of work, but we'd get there. But on that note, I'm going to leave the video there. Thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed it, do me a favour and give it a thumbs up for me. That really does help me out. If you're new to the channel as well and you enjoy what you're seeing, hit that subscribe button. And yeah, I'll see you all in the next one. See you, everybody.